Archaeologists have discovered a vast tunnel under an ancient Egyptian temple that may lead to Cleopatra's lost tomb.
Ever wondered what secrets lie buried beneath the sands of Egypt? Imagine taking a stroll, and with each step, there's a chance you're walking over a hidden gem from millennia ago. In a twist that sounds straight out of an adventure novel, archaeologists recently stumbled upon a mysterious tunnel beneath an ancient temple. And guess what? It might just lead to Cleopatra's lost tomb. With that, let's uncover the most recent Egyptian discoveries that left scientists speechless. Number 1. The Great Pyramid electromagnetic energy. Imagine this. You're flipping through radio channels, searching for the latest hit, when suddenly you tune into the Great Pyramid of Giza. Wait, what? Yes, you heard right. The same iconic structure where pharaohs once dreamt of eternity might just have a secret DJ career. Researchers have discovered that this ancient wonder has a knack for channeling electromagnetic energy, basically turning it into a vintage radio tower. Under specific resonance conditions, the pyramid can focus this energy within its chambers and its very foundation. Now, I can see those brows furrowing. How? Why? Science is still on the case, piecing together this pyramid puzzle. While it's not yet clear why our pyramid buddy is vibing with these waves, one thing's for sure. It's not planning to launch its podcast or drop an album anytime soon. Relax. For millennia, its major occupations have been sun tanning, playing hide and seek under the sand, and generally just existing. But this revelation reminds us of one thing. Just when you think you've got all the answers, the world throws you a curveball, or should I say, a pyramid ball. Always expect the unexpected, especially when ancient wonders are involved. Who knows what else they're hiding? Number 2. Queen Hatshepsut mummy. Ever played hide and seek? Well, think about a game that lasted for over a century with a queen as the hider. Strange, right? But let's dive into a classic Egyptian whodunit, one that stars, you guessed it, a mummy. When you think Egypt, your brain automatically goes mummies, right? And why not? It's like their signature thing, even if mummies have popped up in other places. But here's the deal. Finding an Egyptian mummy doesn't always mean all secrets are immediately revealed. Now, take this particular queen as an example. She sat on the Egyptian throne for about 15 glorious years, between 1473 and 58 BC, a time when Egypt was vibing at its peak. Notably, she was only the second woman to wear the crown back then. Impressive, huh? But the plot thickens post her reign. See, her successor was, let's say, not her biggest fan. In fact, he went on a let's pretend she never existed spree, tearing down her statues, scratching her name off records, and more. Talk about holding a grudge. The mystery heightened when her tomb, discovered in 1902 and then dug into deeper in 1920, was found. Inside, well, not the queen. Both her sarcophagus and her father's were like empty candy wrappers after Halloween. Completely empty. You'd think, hey, where'd she go? And that's what had historians scratching their heads for ages. But plot twist. After some detective-level examination, comparing mummies and, wait for it, studying a tooth, yes, dental records of the past, they pinned down one mummy as the elusive queen. Who knew a tooth could spill so much tea? Still, there's a chunk of this puzzle unsolved. How did our queen mummy end up where she did? Why the hide and seek? History still has more tales to tell. Number 3. Roman mummy found in Egypt. Ever heard of unexpected house guests? Now imagine archaeologists' surprise when they found a Roman-era mummy chilling in an Egyptian oasis. That's like finding a polar bear sunbathing in the Sahara. We know Rome and Egypt had their differences in the past. Cleopatra would vouch for that. But who would expect this cultural crossover buried deep under the sands? Flashback to 2017. In Egypt's Baharia oasis, archaeologists stumbled upon 14 tombs dating back to the Greco-Roman era, around the 3rd century BC. And in one of those tombs, a lavish sarcophagus, exquisitely carved from gypsum, showcasing a woman draped in Roman fashion. No name tag, but judging from her posh resting place, she was definitely rolling in the riches. Now the plot thickens. What was a wealthy Roman lady doing in Egypt? Had she taken a wrong turn at Rome? Or was she just a globetrotter with a love for pyramids? Well, the sands of time still keep some secrets, but it's tantalizing to think of all the stories waiting to be unearthed from the depths of the Egyptian deserts. Number 4. Secret tunnel that may lead to the tomb of Cleopatra. Can you imagine standing at the entrance of a tunnel, stretching further than your eyes can see, hiding secrets from an age long gone? Beneath the temple in the ancient remains of Taposiris Magna on Egypt's coastline, such a mystery was unearthed in 2022. This wasn't just any tunnel, it was dubbed a geometric miracle. Picture this, it extends an astonishing 1,305 meters, that's more than 4,000 feet, through solid sandstone and the opening just 2 meters high. But wait, does this remind anyone else of something from the history books? Indeed, the design of this tunnel is strikingly reminiscent of the Tunnel of Eupalinos on the Greek island of Samos. Now, for those scratching their heads, this Greek tunnel was an incredible feat of ancient engineering, a marvel from the 6th century BCE. But let's jump back to Egypt. This newly discovered passage isn't just a fantastic piece of architecture. Parts of it are actually underwater. Now, you might wonder, what was this tunnel even for? Well, that's the million-dollar question. Kathleen Martinez, who's been trying to solve the riddles of Taposiris Magna for years, thinks it might be a clue in her quest for Cleopatra VII's lost tomb. Now, there's a name you've heard of. And the evidence? Coins stamped with Cleopatra and Alexander the Great's faces, figurines of the goddess Isis, and even burial shafts from the Greco-Roman era. But here's a fun fact for you. Taposiris Magna itself was founded by Ptolemy II, a direct descendant of Alexander the Great. The very temple atop which this tunnel lies was, it seems, dedicated to the god Osiris and his queen, the goddess Isis, the very deity Cleopatra felt a deep connection with. Some even say she saw herself as the living embodiment of Isis. Now hold on to your hats because the story takes an even deeper dive, literally. Parts of the temple, thanks to a few pesky earthquakes between 320 and 1303 CE, have tumbled into the Mediterranean Sea. And rumor has it, a maze of tunnels connects from Lake Mariut to this very sea. But what treasures lie within this underwater realm? While we don't have the full map to Cleopatra's resting place yet, the tunnel has given up some of its own shards of ancient pottery and a limestone block. And as once stated by the esteemed Minister for Antiquities, Zahi Hawass, the hunt itself, whether it leads to Cleopatra and Mark Antony's tomb or not, has already made groundbreaking discoveries in and around the temple. So who's up for a journey into the depths of history? Whether Cleopatra's tomb lies waiting or not, one thing's for sure. Egypt continues to surprise and intrigue us, and this tunnel is its latest enigma. Number 5. Oldest tombs orientation. Ready for a mind-boggler? Ever wondered how your phone's GPS can find the nearest ice cream shop with such precision? Well, let's rewind a few millennia. Before there were satellites or even compasses, the ancient Egyptians had the original precision tool, the sky. You've heard of the marvel that is the pyramids of Giza, but did you know that these ancient builders were so meticulous that they could align a building with a cosmic event? Take, for instance, the winter solstice, the day when your shadow may feel endlessly long and the night seems to stretch on. This isn't just the stuff of calendars. The Egyptians harnessed it as a building guide. Hidden in the necropolis of Kit al-Ha in Oman lies the tomb of a once powerful governor from 1830 BC. And guess what? Every winter solstice, as the sun peeks over the horizon, its first rays perfectly illuminate this tomb. It's no accident. This celestial light show was a nod to rebirth, triumph, and life, pivotal concepts in Egyptian mythology. Just picture it. Egyptian builders with rudimentary tools, calculating and planning for years, ensuring their structure perfectly marries with the solstice dance. Mind-blowing, right? And this brings us to the zillion-dollar question. If they could master this cosmic connection in one tomb, how many other Egyptian masterpieces hide similar celestial secrets? Number 6. Meteorite jewelry. You know how today, many crave those starry meteor fragments, whether it's for science or just to flex. It's like having a piece of space bling. Imagine telling your friends, oh, this old thing, just a relic from space. And if you think using meteors in creative ways is a modern fad, let's take a time machine to ancient Egypt. They were the OG meteor fans. While we're dazzled by space rocks now, the ancient Egyptians went a step further. They crafted jewelry out of them. Yep, instead of buying gold or silver, they'd go, how about a necklace from outer space today? It wasn't just about looking fly, either. There's chatter that these meteorite accessories had spiritual significance. Imagine believing that your bracelet was hand-delivered by the gods from the cosmos. A bit more glamorous than that online shopping package, right? Now, while we get hyped about using meteorites for cool projects, shout out to Adam Savage's meteorite sword, the ancient Egyptians were turning them into divine, celestial jewelry. Makes you wonder if they had YouTube back then. Would they have been the ultimate DIY influencers? Who knows? All right, folks, as we journeyed through the sands of time today, we unveiled secrets that even the most seasoned archaeologists couldn't have dreamed of. From tombs aligning with cosmic wonders to pyramids channeling energies, Egypt never ceases to mesmerize and mystify. Every grain of its sand whispers tales from millennia past. Just when we think we've unraveled all its mysteries, Egypt gives us another riddle wrapped in an enigma. So as we wrap up today, remember, history isn't just about what we know. It's about the exciting unknowns that still await discovery.